guys. Thanks for your time. I know there's a lot going on with the team and around the team. Question for Tim, just a random question. When you were in England, what was it like playing against teams coached by Mauricio Pochettino?
Yeah, his teams were always difficult to play against. Obviously, he's a high-quality, high-level manager, and they were teams that were really well organized and really strong in the attacking sense. So always difficult to play against them, and always I don't think I was on the right end of any of the matches that I played against them.
Next will be Paul Tenorio from The Athletic.
Thanks, Michael. This is for both of you guys, obviously following up on that idea. I know the manager hasn't been named officially yet, but I wonder your perspective on when there's a coaching change, the mentality and the opportunity that exists in trying to impress the manager, to show your qualities, but to not maybe overdo it and still play within kind of the group, how you approach a coaching change and what kind of that part of the game is, the mentality in the team. Thank you.
Can I hit it? Yeah. I've gone through a few coaching changes in my career. I think I was counting them the other day. I think I've had 10 different or 11 different managers over the course of just my club career, and I think it's one of those things that we all naturally you kind of lift the intensity and lift the focus, and you put a little bit more into it, but at the same time you do have to understand that you have to play your own game, and do what has gotten you to that point, while also adjusting and adapting to a new voice, and that's not any different at any level that you play at. So there's a fine line and a balance of pushing and being more focused and more intense, but also playing your game, and the style and the way you play that has gotten you to that point. So yeah, just understanding how far to push it and where that fine line and that balance is.
We'll go to Doug McIntyre from Fox.
Hey guys, thank you both for your time. If you could both answer this one. I know these upcoming two games are only friendlies, but given how things went at the Copa America, and I know you've only been in a couple of days, but what sort of sense do you get within the group? How motivated is a group to have a really strong performance in these two matches coming up? Thank you.
Yeah, I think after the Copa ended, there was a mutual feeling within the dressing room of disappointment, but we knew that we had to put it to rest. We had to go away, reflect, and we've come back for this camp, and we've had the time to, as I said, reflect and speak together. And yeah, we have 2 friendly games coming up, but as always, when we have the opportunity to wear this jersey, it's about putting a show for our fans, giving it 100%. So we're not treating it as friendlies. And yeah, we wanna make a statement and remind people what we're about.
Next will be Ron Blum from the Associated Press.
Tim, you go all the way back to Bob Bradley's era. From what you've seen from all the coaches and from the team's developments, what are the things you think the new coach coming in needs to spark for the U.S. to get to the next level?
That's a great question, and not one that I've put a whole lot of thought into, because every manager has their own things that they want to get across. Every manager has their own ideas, their own playing styles, and for anybody who comes in, it's about getting the best out of each individual player and getting the best out of the group as a whole. And so however, in whichever way they think that is achievable, then that is what they have to do. As a player, I'm not in that position. I think there's ups and downs in every team. There's ups and downs in every personal career and every team as a whole. But what is needed specifically. I think they'll have a better idea than I will of after looking at tape and having conversations and understanding what has been what the squad is about in the last 4 to 5 years.
Next will be Ryan Talmadge from Goal.com.
Thank you, Michael. This one's for Flo. Obviously, every coach, when it comes to strikers, wants different things for them. Greg wanted different things than BJ, who wants different things than what you do at Monaco, and different things than what you did at Arsenal before that. So when you look at a new coach coming in, starting with Mikey now and then whatever comes next, what are some things you think that you want to do as this team striker, and how are things maybe going to change in that regard?
Yeah, I think I've had a few conversations with Mikey prior to coming into camp, and after today, we had a brief chat, and it's similar messages. I mean, he wants me to be aggressive. He wants me to continue to use my strength and make my strengths even more of a strength. So I wouldn't say there's too much. Of course, any coach will tell you that from his striker he wants goals. So that's something that I'm still focused on, and I'm also focused on finding ways to help the team, creating chances. So as much as Mikey will have different things he'll want from me, I still think the overall message is the same, and to help the team in any way possible.
Next will be Donald Wine.
Thank you, Michael, and hello, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. September window always feels like kind of a reset in a way. New club seasons, at least on the European side, and outside of major competition, it feels like a way to kind of recalibrate the squad as you approach some of the competitions that you may be looking forward to. How does this window feel as far as what you guys are hoping to accomplish within this particular window to help set the tone for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think we've had that discussion, and it's about moving forward. As Flo said before, we came away from Copa disappointed, able to reflect, and the conversation amongst all of us and with Mikey has been, let's treat this camp as the most important at this time, and let's try to keep the program moving forward in a positive direction. There's a lot of things that we can do in this short period of time to do that, and that's been the message, and I think everybody has taken that in, and the first 2 days have been good. It's important that we acknowledge what happened with Copa, and we move forward from it. It was a disappointment, but there's now is an opportunity to come back in to regroup and move everything in a more positive direction than it was.
We have 2 more questions, and we'll go back to Stephen Goff.
Hey, Tim, just wanted to find out, what has Mikey told you or management told you guys of the coaching situation? Have they told you we've hired a coach? Have they told you we're going through things, or what do the players know at this point?
We know as much as everybody else. We were updated a few weeks ago that the search was moving in a positive direction, and at this point that's where everybody is at. We feel and have been told that when something happens we will know, and everybody else will know pretty quickly after. So we are updated, but we have not been told anything is final up to this point.